to thank you all for welcoming me into your homes and listening to my program. And my main purpose is to enlighten everyone on how to jumpstart their lives back to where it used to be or would like it to be. This program is going to empower you. So sit back and just relax. It's all about empowerment. It's all about transforming the minds, men and women, back into the way that God had intended for us to be, not beggars and borrowers. He said that we are lenders and not borrowers. We are in this world, but we're not of this world. So we have to take back control, people, of our lives. Doesn't matter what is going on around us. Doesn't matter what the government says. Doesn't matter what the educational system says. It doesn't matter what the law says. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter where you coming from or coming out. It doesn't matter if you was in jail. It doesn't matter if you had hideous crimes. It doesn't matter. What matters is you must put those things behind you and start transforming your mind and become that man and woman of beauty that God said that we are. At the end of the day, all that we do is because of God's will in our lives. Yes, we must go to work to pay our bills, but you got to realize God blessed you with that job. Sometimes folks don't want to hear about God. People don't want to hear about Jesus, but they are the ones who got you where you are. So I'm going to hit on those points for those who carnal mind, people that you need to feel something or see something before you can receive. But the word says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So I'm hoping and believing that this information that I put out for you all, that it will be resourceful to you, that it will help you, because I want to get the men and women back into the workforce. I want to get the men and women back into how they can, you got to change your mindset, because things are not the way they used to be. We got to catch up with time. Although you may have all of the skills and degrees in the world, but that's not the way people are hiring folks anymore. First and foremost, you must go on the internet to even begin to put an application in, or pray and believe that someone you know is hiring and they can refer you to that job. So people, this is going to be so rewarding to you, because this is everyday living. I teach on everyday living. Prayer is wonderful. Prayer is beautiful. We need prayer in our life, but we also must get up and get our hands dirty and do those things if we want better results in our lives. Because the Bible said faith without works is dead. So you can't sit back and always running. I know folks who are always running. Can you pray for me? They won't go to church. They won't pray to God, and they want to run to other folks. Can you pray for me? But you too have that power. I don't care what mess you're in. If you high, if you drunk, it doesn't matter, because God says come as you are. So when you are in your crack houses or in your bars, or you down in the dump and pissy drunk and you don't know what's going on, I want you guys to understand God loves you. He don't love that sin, but he loves you, and he wants you to come back home. So wherever you are in your life, spiritually, physically, out in the gutter, if you pray to God in the midst of your storm and ask him to change you or to help you, he will immediately send someone your direction. But you just have to believe that what you're saying, God is who he say he is, because he said his word will not come back void. So I'm just going to do a quick recap, people. I just had to go there because I just really want people to get this. I just really want folks to understand, yes, we are in this world, but we're not of this world, and that this is an everyday living skill. Just planning our lives and all those things that make our lives in order. I just want to do a quick recap because I don't have that much time, and there's so much that I, like to go over, and I never had that much time, but it's all good because as long as God give me breath in my body, I'm going to always be able to push out that information that is going to help empower my people who are God's people, and that's all people that need this lift. Okay, so I'm going to recap real quick on what I was talking about last week. It was on social skills and life skills, and the 4 components of life's fundamental characteristics of social skills are self-awareness, sensitivity to others, social intelligence, and self-control. And self-awareness is monitoring how our actions affect the behavior of those around us. Sensitivity to others, showing concern toward the needs and feelings of others. Social intelligence means understanding methods for influencing others' behavior and perceptions. And self-control, being able to control our actions and emotion, particularly when under stress. Now, you guys can go to my website. It's www.roadtosuccess1.com, and you can pull up my audio or my YouTube of my program. So it's all labeled part 1, part 2, so on and so forth. Okay, so right now I have 2 programs. One is on social skills and one is on Road to Success, but they all under Road to Success, and they all on empowerment. So you pick and choose what float your boat. This particular program is social skills. This is to help those in the community. This is to help those who having a hard time getting back in the workforce. I'm going to give you tips and tools to help you. You got to change, but you got to be willing to change your mind for that to happen. So let me begin. So I'm just doing this quick recap, and then I just gave you 4 elements of social skills. Life skills are it means are a set of human skills acquired, teaching or direct experience that are used to handle problems and questions. Life skills are the ability to cope with stresses and challenges, daily life, skills in communication and literacy, decision making, occupational requirements, problem solving, time management, and planning. All of these are so self-explanatory. You're planning your life daily. You're planning time. If you got to be to work at 8:30, do you get up out of your bed at 8 o'clock? No, you give yourself time. Like me, I'm always traveling to New York or wherever I have to travel. I have to be to work either by 8:30 or 9. I'm up and out of my bed anyway at 5 because I like to get my workout in for about 30 minutes, and I don't like to rush, and I catch the bus. So I don't like to rush. I don't like running down the street like a banshee. I literally stroll into my day daily, and when I get to my job, let me tell you, I have 30 and 40 minutes to myself because I don't rush, and I'd rather be there early instead of running in late and the boss is always complaining. If you don't want people to bother you and complain, then don't give them a reason to do so. I don't come running in at the last minute. So in the event that I do get to work one day out of the year late, I'm not worrying about it because I know I'm always 30 minutes and 40 minutes on time. People see that, and unfortunately still people find reasons to batter you. But I'm just doing a quick recap, and I don't want to get caught in there because I can go, folks, and 30 minutes is just not enough for me, but I don't want to overkill any situation. I just want you guys to get this. So I want to go into job searching, okay? I just want to do a quick recap. So now I'm catching up right now with job searching. It's not what you don't know that gets you in trouble. It's what you think you know that isn't true that does the damage. See, we go into jobs now and we're remembering, how I got this job 20 years ago, but the job boss says just not like that anymore. Before, jobs hired you on the strength of they need you with certain skills and bring you in. Jobs hiring you pretty much with what can you bring to my company? Can you, if it's a private company that bring money into the company, they want to know what kind of skills you have that can help us bring in more clients and money, and they want to know also what other resources that you have. And back in the day, they already had everything laid out. You just had to come in and perform the duties and do what was asked of you. Now they want you to do double or triple the work and get the same salary. You're doing a 3-man job for the price of one. That's how things are moving. But because folks are in need of a job, they take it. They get stressed out. They get bombarded. But again, I can just go into detail with that. I just want to focus on you guys getting this. There's 3 components of when searching for a job. It's about information about yourself. It's about information about the labor market, and it's information about the employer and the field. Now, information about yourself, what does that mean? When you going into a job, what do you have to offer an employer? What, do you have skills? What kind of, you got knowledge, you got abilities, you got interest, you got motivations and achievements, you have successes, experience, you got types of companies for which you like to work, and what are you willing to do to get the job? So we have to, all those things I read out, not everybody have all of those. I didn't have no when I go for a job. I don't have achievements and successes. In my own personal life. But honestly, to a degree, is that what employers really want to hear? No, they really want to hear the achievements at other companies you've done, because they want you to bring those abilities to them. So everybody don't have all of these. A lot of people don't have special skills. You can bring them in a company and people will learn the skills right then and there. So you have knowledge. No one is stupid, and forgive me if I offend anyone. That's not my intention. I'm actually giving everyone a compliment. I don't think anyone is stupid. I think everyone is intelligent. It's all according to how they utilize the tools that God has given us and the abilities that we are, God has given us, and what we're around every day is a tool. How to learn from people mess. We learn every day. People that's in mess and how they living and the stuff you listening to, you just got to check on your little bucket list and say, okay, I'm going to make a note. I'm not going to act like Miss So-and-so, because Miss So-and-so is always in drama because of how she act. We live and we learn and we changes because of I learn from other people, just their character flaws. Now, am I judging them? I'm not judging them. I'm just saying, I don't want to act the way that person act, because they don't get no positive results. I'd rather act like Miss Johnson, because Miss Johnson know how to conduct herself. Miss Johnson know how to talk to anyone and anybody. Miss Johnson know how to get what Miss Johnson want. You know why? Because Miss Johnson got a smile on her face. She's cordial. She's polite. She's eloquent, and people need that in this time. So I look at people like that, the men or the women who know how to talk to the merchant and talk to the customer rep, and that customer rep could have been mad and angry, but when Miss Johnson walk up to that counter and that customer rep is ready to cut them up because other people piss them off, Miss Johnson will put a smile on her face and say something beautiful. That's the person who I want to be like, because she know how to take a person bad day and turn it good. And before she leave that window, they're telling her more information that she didn't even ask for. And then she'll leave them with something to make their day. A person with that kind of attitude is always going to have positive results. Well, that Miss Johnson, people, that Miss Johnson is me, Wanda Thomas. That's how I conduct myself daily. I look at those people today where did I get that from? seen people in my surrounding. I've seen people conduct themselves like that in the response, and just they're walking down the street like no worry in the world, just a peace. And I said, oh my God, just looking at that person, it looked like they were just floating, because like no worry in the world. And I remember saying, I wanna be like that. Well, folks, I thank God, because that person years ago that I saw conduct themselves like that, that is the way how I conduct myself, and that's how I live. I don't let people bring their drama. What am I saying? I got so much to go over, people, because I'm speaking on life skills. I'm speaking on social skills. So this is real talk, and I want you guys to get it. You know, you got to change the way you're thinking. You got to change the way you are doing things if you want better results. I get better results in my life now because of how my appearance, how I conduct myself with one another. Even the crackhead on the street, and I don't mean to offend anyone, I don't even like using that verbiage, but just to that person that overindulge in drugs, even with them, I look at them as a child of God. I look at them with sadness. Well, not so much sadness in my heart, because it's just I pray for them, and just you know, I'm sad for them, because only if they knew what I knew, their lives can change. And these people that's overindulging drugs, there's nothing slow about these people. They're unfortunately doing what they want to do because they don't want to abide by no rules. But there's nothing slow about them, but too much drugs and too much anything. Eventually your mind will go. But if you come unto God, let me tell you, he would put that crazy mind back intact, especially if he want to use it for his good. Well, that mind, those crazy minds, God will put them back intact. But let me move forward. The next part under information about yourself is, what do you want in return for your labor? Compensation package. See, these are the questions that the employer is going to ask you. What do you want in return for your labor? And, you know, your responses, your points that you want to speak on, it's going to be stuff like compensation package, values you want met, desired work environment, etc. But you know what, people, it's so funny. Until I learned about, you know, the research of companies and so on and so forth, I was mainly always just going to see, well, I'm looking for a job, and I got the skills. I type 80 words a minute. I type 12,000 data entry, and I've been doing office work for over 20 years. And so, hey, I'm you know, I have the skills to do whatever it is in the office environment that needs to be done, you know. So, but it ain't even all about that now. People are looking, they want you to have a master degree now just to sit at the receptionist desk and answer the phone. So we got to step up. We got to step up our game. We just have to step up. Unfortunately, we just have to step up our game. We just got to give them what they want. If that's what they want, then we give it to them. We're changing the game. We giving them what they want so we can have better results. I had to step up my game, you know, because God, let me tell you, I can do anything through Christ who strengthened me. I believe that wholeheartedly. He said faith, you know, faith is as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. So you either believe that or you don't. See, me, I live by it. I believe it. So I can do anything that I want to. That is within reason. That is within this time. I can do anything that I want to do, which is in God's will. You know, so you can too. You just got to believe and stop believing what people say you cannot do. You can become anyone on this planet that you want to be, an astronaut or whatever, captain of the army, whatever, the governor, the state and the mayor of the city and the county. You can be whatever, build your own company. You can. I don't care what environment you came from. It doesn't matter. Please, people, it doesn't matter where you came from. Ex-drug addict, you know, whatever. Been out of jail maybe for 1 year. So what? God has already forgiven you for all these things. You must forgive yourself and step up your game. and stop murmuring and stop having pity parties with people and say, you know what, I did a heinous crime, but that's behind me. I want change. You know, when you start reflecting on yourself, these are the things that will change in your life. People, let me move on. I tell you, 30 minutes is just not enough. I'm just passionate about sharing how we can get such better results in our lives. So that second part in information about yourself, these are the things that we want to ask. You know, employers want to know which one. When you sit there, I can remember they ask, so after they tell me everything about their company and they say, do you have any questions? And I can remember always just asking, how much is the pay? That's it. How much is the pay? We're not concerned about the job. We're not concerned about the stocks of the company. That stuff is impressive when you sit back and research a company before you go run into the job. That's impressive. When you hit them, they're expecting you not to know these things. But let me tell you something. You got a better chance with no education, right? But got wits to get a position than that person that just came out of school. Because you're going to research that company before you go and sit with them, and you're going to hit on those intricate spots of that company when they ask you the question. So what is it? Do you have any questions? And then you can ask, you know, if you did research on the company, you can sit back and hit on such intricate detail of the company, like, oh, you guys came in existence at such and such, but you lost your, you know, this and that then, and you gained it back in 1995. The person that's interviewing you probably don't even know that information. They will be so impressed. See, we're changing the game. We're not coming with the same norm. This is what I do now. I research the company. I don't care what it is, even if it's McDonald's, because 9 times out of 10, that manager doesn't know that information. But the fact that you answered that question, that's the question you pose, they know you did your homework and you're hungry. And that looks very intriguing in their eyes. Some people, it probably intimidate them, but we can't focus on that. We just got to focus on, I know what I'm looking for and I know what I want, and I did my homework. And if that person is a businessman, they know a valuable asset to their company. They will know. And, you know, if they just a snot-nosed man or woman or kid or whatever that don't know no better, then okay. But when you are an intelligent and a businessman or woman, and a person is asking certain questions, you know this person is intelligent. It don't have nothing to do with that you educated and got degrees. You don't have to have no degrees but a high school diploma or GED, but you got wits. What I'm trying to point out to you guys, yes, education is strength, but also you got folks that got a lot of education and they don't have street smarts, and it all works hand in hand. You with education, it's good to have common sense, and unfortunately, or street smarts, you will say, you know, unfortunately, some people just don't have that, you know, and I kind of feel sorry for them. They got all this education and no common sense or street smart. So if you got your street smart, it'll supersede that education, because that person will sound like a robot and just focus on that robotic way of thinking, where that person that been in the street and around folks all their lives and know how to think quick on their feet or whatever, and whether they did those certain things or not, they're quick. And that's what employers are looking for. Let me move on, guys. This is good. This is good. The third point of that is, what are you willing to do to get the job? Are you willing to commute commute, travel time, travel an hour, 2 hours, are you, willing to, or you need to get something that's 10 minutes away from your job? Let me tell you something. I lived in Georgia. and if you listen to my other program, I already told you I had to get up like at 3 o'clock, get out the house at 4, walk down the street, which was an hour walk to the bus stop to catch the 5 o'clock bus, because then it was another hour to get to the next destination to catch the other bus I need. So at 5 o'clock, it took me another hour on the bus to get to my next destination, so I can get on the bus at 6 so I can get to my other job at 7. I did whatever it took. That's the way it was operating up in Georgia. I had to go with the flow. And I did it with a smile, because when you wake up in your day murmuring and complaining, I'm here to tell you people, you're going to have a miserable time. So I learned to just adjust and deal with it. So the time I came back to New Jersey, oh man, Jersey was a cakewalk for me. Jersey was a cakewalk for me. You got buses on every corner. I had to walk an hour to the bus in the rain. You know what I'm saying? In the rain at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's pitch black. I'm out in the country, and all I can do is just pray and say, God, just protect me, because I don't got time to be scary and all this other stuff. I ain't worried about me walking down the street pitch black at night at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you got cars, and then there's no sidewalks, and you're walking on the corner of the street. I can't worry about them folks, because honestly, I can't worry about no mass murderer or whatever, because truth of the matter, the way I had to conduct myself and do what I needed to do, they would have been afraid of me, because I just wasn't it. And I ain't gonna lie, I got self-defense techniques. I'm a green belt. So with God on my right and my self-defense techniques on my left, they should have been scared of me, because I had to do a lot to make it, and I thank God. So the time I came back to Jersey, forget about it. I was a newborn creature. I was like, this is a cakewalk. I can do anything up here in Jersey, because everything was more accessible than down south in the South. So people, we got to change the way we think. If it's even when up here, I worked in Totowa, work back and forth in New York, sometimes where I need to get to, the jobs I get to, those jobs, I had to take 2 and 3 buses to get to Patterson and all that kind of stuff. And I did what I had to do. I get up early, because I love getting up 30 minutes early, whatever I do, so I can pray. And then I go ahead, do my exercise, and then I get myself ready, because I don't rush. I do not rush. I wear heels all the time, people. I don't rush. I just groove into my day on a daily basis, and people are just not going to rush me. I can remember being in New York, and I told this man, you're not going to rush me, sir. So you slow your roll, hold it down, and I did it with a smile and very eloquent. But you know what, guys? It is so awesome. I just don't have that kind of time with you. I just wish I had the time to just continue to, because I try to keep my programs at 30 minutes. I don't want to overkill anyone and do an hour show, but remember, you can go to my website. That's www.roadtosuccess1.com, and you can catch my programs from there as well. Let me just say this real quick. Let me just hit this last point out. Well, it ain't the last point. It's on, I guess I'll pick that back up. I'll pick this up with you from next week, or however the Spirit leads me to set them out there, because this is all about helping you change your life. This is all about helping you guys. It ain't about me, because I'm helping myself as I put this out here to you, because I'm just an empty vessel, just wanting you guys to get it. Just remember, God loves you. So do I. Stay encouraged. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. And that is Psalms 31:24. Just stay in God, people. I don't care if you're a carnal mind person who don't believe in Jesus. Look, the word says faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. We are in this world, but not of this world. Look, we still got to get up and go to work. We still got to put food on our table. We got to take care of our husbands, our wives, our kids. So I can just get so engulfed in this, but I gotta go, guys. But you'll hear from me real soon, and just look for me on YouTube as well. You can just put in Wanda Thomas. A bunch of Wanda Thomas comes up, but I believe it'll be under empowerment or road to success or social skills you may have. Okay, so thank you guys for listening, and all those who hitting off, and all my contact information is on my site, so you can always reach out to a sister or email me or any resources, anything I can help you with. I want you all to just stay blessed, and meditate day and night on that